Hey, my name is John. My friends and I and crew at Ohio University wanted to share with you a little bit about how Jesus has impacted our lives. So here's my story. I was blessed with parents and two older sisters who know and love Jesus. On April 20th, 1998, during a conversation with my dad, I made the decision to pray and trust Jesus with my life. I was homeschooled by my mom for a few years, which provided a solid spiritual base in my life. However, this early beginning to my relationship with God was not the whole story. When I started school in fourth grade, I quickly discovered that I naturally strive for the approval and acceptance of those around me. I was not initially part of the cool crowd, but I wanted to be. As I grew older, my desire for the approval of others led me to become prideful when I obtained it and despondent when I failed to. When I was unable to find satisfaction through my performance and the approval of others, I strove for fulfillment in unhealthy relationships. I kept thinking that new relationship with a different girl or a certain level of physical or emotional intimacy would bring me joy, yet whenever I obtained what I desired, I was left feeling emptier than before. As I sought to take charge of my own life, my constant failure in this regard led to regret, guilt, shame, and a self-sustaining cycle of anxiety and mild depression. Meanwhile, throughout high school, I strove to excel in architecture with hopes of a career. I sought satisfaction in the idea of future financial success and public recognition. Up to this point, my relationship with God had been sustained primarily by my upbringing. In the spring of junior year, God changed my heart 180 degrees. My faith really became my own as I grew in my desire to follow Jesus. Paul's words in the Bible in Galatians 1:10 pierced my heart. He says, "Am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? If striving to please man were my goal, I would not be Christ's servant." Additionally, in Psalm 16, David writes of God, "You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore." He continues in Psalm 107 to state that God satisfies the longing soul. Through this time, I came to understand at a new level that God created me to have a personal relationship with Him, but I'm naturally unable to because of my intentional and unintentional disobedience to Him. Yet because Jesus died on the cross, I am restored to a right relationship with God since I have accepted His offer of forgiveness. In the past few years since then, Jesus has given me a desire to serve Him with the rest of my life in full-time ministry. I no longer have to strive for approval of those around me and for acceptance and fulfillment. I am loved and forgiven by God, in whom I find complete and total satisfaction. Before, I was striving. Now I am satisfied. Jesus was the 180 difference in my life.